Hello, English learners, and welcome back. In this video, you will practice your English listening skills with the story of Vladimir Putin's rise to power. Listen carefully and try to repeat sentences to improve fluency. We will use clear language and repeat important vocabulary. The story is broken into chapters: early life, the KGB, political rise, leadership, and practice. Get ready to listen, pause, and repeat. Let's begin. Vladimir Vladimirovich Putin was born in Leningrad, now St. Petersburg, on October 7, 1952. His father was a war veteran and his mother a factory worker. He was their only son to survive childhood, a harsh reality in the post-war Soviet Union, where life was fragile. His family was not wealthy. They lived a simple life in a communal apartment. This meant sharing a kitchen and bathroom with several other families. This crowded environment taught him about scarcity and the need to be resourceful. Life was challenging in a city still recovering from the war. These experiences of hardship instilled in him a powerful sense of self-reliance and a determination to overcome obstacles. He learned early that life was a struggle. As a boy, he was energetic and played in the building's courtyard. It was a tough environment where respect was earned. To avoid being bullied, he learned to fight back, developing a reputation for being scrappy and unwilling to back down. He channeled this energy into martial arts, first Sambo and then Judo. Judo became more than a sport. It was a philosophy that taught him discipline, strategy, and control. He dedicated himself to it, eventually earning a prestigious black belt. He studied law at Leningrad State University, preparing for a professional career. But his ultimate goal was already set. He dreamed of joining the KGB, the powerful Soviet intelligence agency, and saw a law degree as his necessary ticket in. His childhood, sport, and education shaped the person he would become. Remember, childhood, discipline, Leningrad, Judo. Pause the video now if you want to repeat these sentences aloud. After graduating from law school in 1975, Vladimir Putin was recruited by the KGB, the powerful Committee for State Security. For an ambitious Soviet, this was a prestigious career path. His legal background made him an ideal candidate. The KGB was the main intelligence and security agency of the Soviet Union. It was known for secrecy, discipline, and strict training. KGB stands for Committee for State Security. Repeat, KGB Committee for State Security. Putin's training was very difficult. He learned espionage or spying and how to gather information secretly. He practiced using secret codes, surveillance, and how to follow people without being seen. He also learned self-defense and martial arts. A big part of his training was learning about human psychology. He studied how to read people's faces and body language. He learned to understand what people want and how to persuade them. This skill is called recruitment. Repeat, recruitment. His training was exceptionally rigorous, covering espionage techniques, weapons handling, and martial arts. A key focus was human psychology, learning to read people, understand their motivations, and recruit them as informants. Putin's first assignment was in counterintelligence in his hometown Leningrad. Counterintelligence means stopping spies from other countries. He watched foreigners and looked for suspicious activity. This job required careful observation and patience. His first assignment was in counterintelligence in his hometown of Leningrad. He monitored foreigners and suspected spies, a high-stakes job that demanded meticulous observation and sharp analytical skills. Putin worked long hours, often late at night. He had to write detailed reports and analyze information. He learned to be very careful and to trust no one easily. Repeat, trust no one. This early work taught him how to be a gray man, to operate in the shadows and observe without being noticed. It was a skill in discretion and control that he would later master. In the mid-1980s, Putin was sent to Dresden, East Germany. He worked there as a KGB officer. Officially, he was a diplomat, but his real job was intelligence work. He used his position as a cover to gather information. In the mid-1980s, he was posted to Dresden, East Germany. Officially a diplomat, his real job was intelligence work, using his position as a cover on the front lines of the Cold War. Putin's mission was to recruit agents and collect secrets about West Germany and NATO. He met with informants in secret places, sometimes at night. He had to be careful because being caught could be very dangerous. His mission was to recruit agents and gather intelligence on West Germany and its NATO allies. This involved identifying informants and persuading them to provide sensitive political and military information. In 1989, the Berlin Wall fell. There was chaos in East Germany. Putin was in Dresden and saw crowds outside the KGB office. He called Moscow for help, but no one answered. He felt abandoned and had to make decisions on his own. He was in Dresden when the Berlin Wall fell in 1989, witnessing the chaos firsthand. He famously confronted a crowd outside the KGB headquarters, feeling abandoned by Moscow as the Soviet system crumbled. This experience taught Putin to rely on himself and to stay calm in a crisis. He learned that sometimes you must act alone. Repeat, act alone. As the Soviet Union collapsed, the KGB was reorganized. In 1991, after 16 years of service, Putin resigned from the agency. He left with the rank of lieutenant colonel, his career as a spy now over. The KGB experience shaped Putin's thinking. He learned discipline, secrecy, and how to make quick decisions. These skills helped him later in politics. Repeat, discipline, secrecy, decisions. The KGB was his university of power. The discipline, strategic calculation, and ability to read people were skills he carried from espionage into his future political career, forming his core approach. Let's practice some key words. KGB, espionage, intelligence, discipline, secrecy, recruit, crisis. Repeat after me. KGB, espionage, intelligence, discipline, secrecy, recruit, crisis. Pause the video now if you want to repeat these sentences aloud. Practicing out loud will help you remember new words and improve your English. After leaving the security services, Putin returned to St. Petersburg and entered local politics. With the Soviet Union gone, he chose to dive into this turbulent new world, a move that would set him on an unlikely path to power. In the early 1990s, Russia was changing fast. The economy was unstable and many people lost their jobs. Putin started as an advisor in the mayor's office, helping to solve problems in the city. He worked long hours and learned how to manage city affairs. He faced many challenges like corruption and a lack of resources. Corruption means people use their power for personal gain. Putin had to find honest partners and build trust with his team. Practice. Repeat after me. Challenge, corruption, trust, teamwork, challenge, corruption, trust, teamwork. He began working for Mayor Anatoly Sobchak, his former law professor, as an advisor on international affairs. He used his intelligence background to attract crucial foreign investment to the struggling city. Putin often met with foreign business leaders and diplomats. He helped bring new investment to St. Petersburg, which created jobs and improved the city's economy. This experience taught him about international relations. Practice. Repeat after me. Investment, diplomat, relations, investment, diplomat, relations. He rose to become first deputy mayor, managing many parts of the city's administration. Proving himself a capable and discreet administrator, he earned a reputation as the quiet power behind the mayor. Putin was known for being efficient and loyal. He avoided the spotlight and focused on results. His ability to solve problems quietly made him valuable to the city government. Practice. Repeat after me. Efficient, loyal. Results. Efficient, loyal. Results. When Mayor Sobchak lost his re-election bid in 1996, Putin's role ended. However, his reputation for efficiency had reached Moscow, where powerful figures in the Kremlin saw potential in him. In Moscow, Putin started in the Presidential Property Department, managing government assets. He quickly moved up, taking on more responsibility. He was known for being organized and decisive. Practice. Repeat after me. Responsibility, organized, decisive, responsibility, organized, decisive. He was invited to the presidential administration and moved quickly through Moscow positions. Once inside the Kremlin, his ascent was meteoric, proving his value at the very highest level of government. Putin built alliances with key political figures. An alliance is a partnership for a common goal. He listened carefully, learned from others, and gained the trust of powerful people. Practice. Repeat after me. Alliance, partnership, trust, alliance, partnership, trust. He later became head of the FSB, the agency that replaced the KGB. In this pivotal role, the former agent was now in command of Russia's entire domestic security apparatus, a position of immense influence. As head of the FSB, Putin managed security and intelligence. He made important decisions and learned how to handle national crises. This experience prepared him for even higher office. Practice. Repeat after me. Security, intelligence, crisis, security, intelligence, crisis. In August 1999, President Yeltsin appointed Putin as prime minister. With Russia in crisis and Yeltsin's health failing, he was seen as the strong hand needed to restore order. As prime minister, Putin faced many problems: economic crisis, political instability, and conflict in Chechnya. He acted quickly and made tough decisions to restore order. Practice. Repeat after me. Crisis, instability, conflict, restore order. Crisis, instability, conflict, restore order. On December 31, 1999, Yeltsin resigned in a dramatic New Year's Eve address. The prime minister became acting president, immediately inheriting control of the Russian Federation as per the constitution. Putin's calm and decisive response impressed many Russians. He promised stability and a better future. His popularity grew quickly. Practice. Repeat after me. Stability, popularity, future. Stability, popularity, future. A presidential election in March 2000 made him president. His approval rose after a strong stance on Chechnya, projecting an image of strength that resonated with a public tired of chaos. As president, Putin focused on rebuilding the economy and strengthening the government. He worked to increase Russia's influence in the world and improve living standards for ordinary people. Practice. Repeat after me. Economy, influence, living standards, economy, influence, living standards. From 2000, he focused on central control and economic recovery, aided by rising oil and gas prices. This economic boom helped solidify his authority and popularity among the Russian people. Let's review some key words from this chapter: advisor, corruption, trust, alliance, crisis, stability, economy, influence. Repeat after me: advisor, corruption, trust, alliance, crisis, stability, economy, influence. Pause the video now if you want to repeat these sentences aloud. Practicing out loud will help you remember new words and improve your English. Putin's leadership style is often described as strong, centralized, and nationalistic. He is known for making quick, decisive decisions and for projecting an image of strength and control. For example, he often appears on television giving direct orders or addressing the nation during times of crisis. His leadership is also highly centralized. This means that most important decisions are made by him or a small group of trusted advisors, rather than by local governments or independent organizations. Practice. Repeat after me: centralized, advisors, decisions, centralized, advisors, decisions. Inside Russia, many see him as a symbol of stability and national pride. Under his leadership, Russia experienced significant economic growth in the early 2000s. Rising oil and gas prices helped the economy recover from the difficult 1990s, and many Russians saw improvements in their standard of living. Practice. Repeat after me: economic growth, standard of living, economic growth, standard of living. He consolidated power in the central government and reduced regional influence. Putin created new federal districts and appointed representatives to oversee local governments. This made it easier for the central government to control the entire country. Practice. Repeat after me: federal districts, central control, federal districts, central control. His government limited the influence of powerful business figures. In the early 2000s, Putin took action against several wealthy businessmen, known as oligarchs, who had gained power in the 1990s. Some were arrested or forced to leave the country, and their companies were brought under state control. Practice. Repeat after me: oligarchs, state control, oligarchs, state control. On the world stage, he worked to restore Russia's influence and build alliances. He hosted major international events such as the 2014 Winter Olympics in Sochi and the 2018 FIFA World Cup. These events were meant to show Russia's strength and modern image to the world. Practice. Repeat after me: international events, modern image, international events, modern image. However, critics raise concerns about democracy, press freedom, and human rights. Many independent media outlets have been closed or brought under government control. Some journalists and opposition figures have faced threats or imprisonment. Practice. Repeat after me. Press freedom, opposition, press freedom, opposition. His actions have led to diplomatic tensions and sanctions with Western countries. Russia's annexation of Crimea in 2014 and involvement in international conflicts have led to sanctions and strained relations with the United States and Europe. Practice. Repeat after me. Crimea, sanctions, strained relations. Crimea, sanctions, strained relations. Putin's leadership has also been marked by a strong sense of nationalism. Nationalism means putting the interests of your country above others. This is made unpopular with many Russians, but has also led to criticism from other countries. Practice. Repeat after me. Nationalism, patriotic, criticism, nationalism, patriotic, criticism. Let's review some key words from this chapter. Centralized advisors, economic growth, standard of living, oligarchs, state control, press freedom, sanctions, nationalism. Speaking practice. In your own words, describe Putin's leadership style. Use words like centralized, decisive, economic growth, and nationalism. Try to make a sentence about the positive and negative aspects. Example. Putin's leadership is centralized and decisive. He improved the economy, but there are concerns about democracy and press freedom. Now pause the video and try to say your own sentence out loud. Practicing speaking will help you remember new words and improve your English. Today we walked through the story of Vladimir Putin's life and career from Leningrad to long leadership of Russia. We used this story to practice English. Listen, read, and repeat. Discipline, intelligence, administrator, stability, decisive, centralized. Try shadowing, listen, and immediately repeat my sentences to copy pronunciation and intonation. Even just 15 minutes a day of focused practice can make a big difference. Pause and replay sections. The second time you listen, you will understand more. If you enjoyed this lesson, subscribe to Listen and Speak English Stories podcast for more practice. Keep practicing, stay curious, and thank you for joining me. Happy learning. Goodbye for now.